Talk Kentucky. I'm Lisa High, in for Sherelle Roberts, and we are joined by the Let's Talk team, Susan Mills, Kim Dixon, and Osana McMullen. Thank you so much for being here today, Osana.
Thank you for having me again.
We love having you on the show.
You were so good you had to come back.
And you know what, guys? It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yes.
So much going on this weekend. Do you guys have big plans? Anything going on that we need to know about?
I'm going to a wedding. I'm very excited.
Oh,
Two
look
of my
at you.
younger friends are getting married, and I just can't wait to see them this weekend. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
As long as anything involves food and drink, it's a good weekend.
That's right.
So.
That's right. And the World Chicken Festival is going on. We just talked about it on High Noon.
that's
so,
right.
that's going to be a blast
That's
down
the big
there,
frying pan.
Yeah,
the really
it is.
big frying pan.
It is. It is.
Don't bring your pet chicken.
Well, if you are looking for things to do this weekend, there are a lot of things going on. As we were talking about, we have the Chicken Festival going on in London. We also have the Oktoberfest, and the Oktoberfest celebrations will kick off at the Cathedral of Christ the King's Oktoberfest, and it starts September 22nd and September 23rd. So it's going to be started. People are really excited about this event. It's the event that pairs nationally touring bands with German fare, carnival games. There's going to be cake wheel raffle to win a 2024 Buick Encore GX or $25,000 and more. I mean, this is huge, yeah. I mean, really.
This is more than just lederhosen and
I know.
beer. This is a vehicle.
Elephant ears, you know, but they're going all out on
It
this
is
festival.
so fun. Have you guys been?
I have never been to it.
Yeah.
I've been
you
near
have
it.
to go. Oh, you've been near it?
I was
not
near it
close
one day,
enough.
not close.
You have to go.
No.
We're going this weekend, so when you talk about weekend plans,
awesome.
we're going today.
Oh, are you
We're
really?
so excited.
All
yes.
right.
It's
Sounds
going to
good.
be so much fun, and they have inflatables for kids, which is awesome. My son loves that.
Awesome.
The
And
weather.
food?
The weather's going to be fantastic.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be awesome, and the food has to
food
be
and drink.
amazing. It's Oktoberfest. What
Right?
you know? I mean, how bad could it possibly be? It's going to be flooded there too. So lots going on. I love it. And then also the Anderson County Burgoo Festival will return to the streets of Lawrenceburg from September 22nd through the 24th with live music, a talent show, a beauty contest, and a whole lot of burgoo. Okay, ladies. Do you guys like burgoo? Have you had burgoo before? Do you know what burgoo is, for that matter?
Yes,
You know?
yes.
Okay.
I've never had burgoo. I don't know what's in it, but I'd like to find out.
I'm not sure a whole lot of people know what's in it, quite honestly.
Well, it's so funny. I don't know what's in it, or I've never had it, but they say it began in the Civil War, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
When they were trying to feed the masses. So they basically found whatever they could to put into it.
I mean, it was hard to get those supplies, and you know, it was not an easy thing, and so people had to do what they had to do, and so there was a
Exactly.
lot of wild game in it in the original recipe.
Yes,
I
like
believe.
squirrel, you know, whatever they could find,
Yeah,
fowl,
whatever.
anything that they could find to feed the troops. So it
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean,
It really does.
But I know it's come a long way since then, of course, and they have plenty of the supplies to put into it. And I've had it before. I love it. I think it's
good.
fantastic.
It can get really gourmet too.
Yeah.
You can get real fancy with it, from what I
You
understand.
can. Like
Yes.
Keeneland's burgoo. That's where I love to have burgoo.
Really?
I
I've
love
I've heard
it.
that's
It is-
the key
yeah,
burgoo
it's
of
so
all the
good.
burgoos.
Okay.
I don't think there's like the Civil War burgoo. But
Well,
I
I'll
would
give it a
like to
shot.
do a taste comparison. That
Would you really?
I totally would. Yeah. I'm
I don't know.
Adventurous, huh?
Those Civil War folks, they were making good with whatever supplies they had around.
I was once a
I
college
don't know.
student and lived on ramen, so I'll do it.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that too, Susan. All right, and then also this weekend, it's the Paper Shred Weekend in Fayette County, and that's a great time to clean out your files and get rid of those unwanted papers and junk mail. Fayette County residents will be able to unload up to five boxes or bags of material to be shredded during the day-long event, and it's also going to be held at the old landfill pad on September 23rd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this is a great time.
That's the Old Frankfort Pike.
Yeah.
Paper Shred Day and Hazardous Waste Dump Day are two of my favorite days of the year.
Hazardous waste?
The hazardous
What do
waste,
you have, kid?
Yeah, what are you doing at your house?
Did you know that nail polish is hazardous waste? Seriously, things like
Is
nail
it
polish,
really?
things like that,
That.
the cooking grease that you pour off, you know, don't pour down the sink.
Yes.
But this is
Yeah.
about paper shred, and paper shred is very exciting to me because I have my own paper shredder at home, and I really like
Oh,
to
yeah,
use
no,
it.
it's good, yeah.
But you know, I don't want to do 5 boxes worth. My goodness, you know, old records, receipts, stuff like that. Things with your address on them that you might want to get rid of.
Right, yeah.
It's a very exciting event.
It is up to 5 boxes. They didn't specify the size of them.
No, they didn't.
I mean, I could come in with some pretty big boxes of my own, but
refrigerator box.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
I don't know.
Kim's going to show up with pallets.
I am. I mean, I save up all my paper for this event every year. I get
Do you really?
I missed it one year and I had to go pay FedEx to shred it for me. But
Did you really?
I get so excited about this.
Do you really? Well, and I can see why. I mean, we have one at home, so it helps to keep our stuff that's personal identity type of things.
Yeah.
We keep that in check through the small one that we have at home. So, but this, I could see where this would be very beneficial for a lot of folks if you don't have a paper shredder at home.
I get paper shredder happy though. I get too excited, and you know, you do too many sheets at once, and it gets
Yes.
too hot, and it freezes up, and
Yes.
you get upset, and you know, it just ruins your day. But you know,
It's kind of like a cathartic thing too.
it's
You
so
know,
much
kind of
fun.
like chopping vegetables in the kitchen. There are actually like YouTube videos of things being shredded. Have you ever seen these?
No, I haven't.
No,
You have entirely too much free time on your hands.
My son came across them, and they were shredding pianos. They were shredding like the squeeze, the stress balls and stuff. Like they'd put it into the shredding machine, and it actually there's something.
it's
cool
like a big
about
wood
it.
chipper, basically.
Yeah,
It's, you know, it's
pretty
very
cool.
exciting.
I'm just telling you, check it out on YouTube. You won't be sorry.
You
I'm
know
sure it's
I
on
will.
TikTok too, so I'll look there.
Oh gosh, you know we're gonna do it. All right, well, coming up after the break, how much is your hair tied into your identity? I don't know. We're gonna find out though after the break. Keep it here.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
Paw Patrol Live, the great pirate adventure has set sail for your city. You and your kids will see your favorite pups live on stage in this musical adventure.
Playing Rupp Arena October 6th and 7th. For tickets, visit pawpatrollive.com.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial Pound Law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
I love the public schools that my kids attend. Teachers have gone above and beyond. When Daniel Cameron says he'll take money out of my kids' public schools and give it to private schools, that brings out the mama bear in me. It makes me worry about my kids' future, about Kentucky's future. Daniel Cameron repeats the same policies of Matt Bevin on education, following Bevin at the expense of our kids. That tells me all I need to know. The governor is supposed to protect every kid in Kentucky. Daniel Cameron has already failed that test.
You think life is short? Football is short. The regular season's just 18 weeks. That's it. So cherish every over and under before it's over on FanDuel. With live betting on every NFL game. Because before you know it, a cold night at a Buffalo Bills game will just be a cold night in Buffalo.
America's #1 sportsbook is heading to Kentucky. Get $100 in bonus bets when you sign up today. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm Lisa High, sitting in for Sherelle Roberts. It's now time for the Countdown Combo. Yay! This is where we try to talk about as many topics as possible within 6 minutes. So, are you ready, ladies?
Ready. I was born ready.
Let's do it. All right, first up. There is a cool housing development for senior citizens now in Lexington. It's brand new. It's called Golden Oaks, and it is a ranch-style home that allows 4 seniors to live together in a shared living space. So rent starts at $1,100 a month. I think this is really cool. To have all of these women together or men together, or I don't know, maybe it's co-ed. Who knows? I don't know. They get a little spicy at that age. So what do you all think? I mean, seriously, I think this is great.
Oh my gosh, gosh, this is so much fun. I just think it's a great way to save money because that's the total rent for the month, and that's split among 4 people. That's some pretty good prices right there.
Yeah.
And it allows for social interaction. We know about this, that people in their golden years don't always get the socialization that they want. And so this is a great way to do it, just to have everyone, and it's a spacious apartment too.
Yeah.
You get your own living room, a sitting area, you get your own room and have an ensuite bathroom, plus there's the main area of the house where people can all watch TV together, but if you don't want to watch TV with your roommates, you can just go in your room.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. How fun would this be? I want to do it now.
I know, really,
I wanna do it
seriously.
now.
I know. It's like the Golden Girls, though. We
It
talked
is.
about it before,
It
how
is.
fun that would be. I mean, how cool would it be to have like a built-in support group? You know, like,
Yes.
Betty, I have this problem I'm going through. Can you sit down and talk to me for 10 minutes?
It's kind of like us right
Or
here,
who
right
wants
now.
to play bunco.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the world is I love it. I love the idea. You have to go for it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, it makes me think about my grandma, right? She's,
Yeah.
you know, she's getting older, and it makes me think of the community that she will have. So I think about, you know, I don't want my grandmother to be alone, or she needs someone to hang out with and things like that. You know, I love hanging out with her, so I can come over to her house and her dorm, and we can, you know, chit chat with her friends. I love it.
It's a
exciting.
wonderful idea. I mean, people can really come together and be with people of a similar age too.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
that's a cool thing too. So they have shared
It is.
experience.
And you know what I like about this too is that the safety factor of this. They're with other folks, you know, because a lot of times as we become older, when we live by ourselves, we are vulnerable living by ourselves sometimes. And we're vulnerable to predators and all of those bad people out there that want to take advantage of us. So I love this. I love the idea of a senior dorm. I want to live in one. I do.
right now.
Let's
right
get on
now.
the waiting list.
Yes, all
great.
right. We're on the waiting list for this one. All right, well, up next, there's a saying that goes, when a woman changes her hair, she's about to change her life. Well, how much of your hair is tied into your identity? All right, ladies, what do you think? Is your hair tied into your identity?
You know, 100%, to be honest.
Is it?
Was. I used to have very long hair. It was actually maybe a few inches longer than yours, Asana. And I made the decision partly because I was getting a lot of migraines from ponytails from long hair, but I also realized I am just married to my hair, and this is the way that I've looked my entire life, and I thought, let's go for a change. So I cut it all off real short. I was probably a good 2 or 3 inches shorter than it is now. It was the most terrifying thing I have ever done.
Was it really?
I mean, I have never felt more nude in my life, even more than real nude, when my hair was short. That night that I got it cut off, my husband and I, the guy that I was with at the time that I'm living with now, that's my husband now, we went out to celebrate a friend's birthday. I think we were at Marika's, and I walked in with him, and I felt kind of nervous, and then I had to go to the bathroom, so I walked all the way across the bar to the bathroom by myself, and you would think that I was terrified. It was so scary. But you know what? It was one of the best things I have ever done for myself because it forced me out of my comfort zone, forced me to find a change, and I'll be honest with you, I'm never going to go back to long hair ever again.
Wow, look at you.
Well, during
love
COVID,
that.
I had to because I couldn't get a haircut.
right,
It was
yeah.
a
We all
mess.
did.
But
Well, a lot of people cut our own bangs. Like,
that was
during
the
that
worst
time
night of
period,
my life,
and
by
that
the
was a
way. But
nightmare.
I mean, I love that I had the bravery to do it.
You went for it.
I went for it. It
love
was
it.
scary, but it was worth it.
I love
That's awesome. I've had really long hair, obviously, and then I've also had a pixie, and it was just like kind of the season of my life. I love it. It's such a form for me of expression, just like clothes or just like jewelry, perfume. It's like, you know, how am I feeling? I'm going to change it up. Listen, I have had every shade of hair color. I've had pink hair. That was a brief period of time in my life that I was very proud about. Maybe not my mom, but it's such a form of self-expression,
it is.
and I love it.
Yeah, that's great. Asana, what about you?
I mean, I'm with you on the self-expression, but it makes me think about cultural assimilation, right? So for me, as a Black woman, I'm mostly in predominantly white spaces. And so it makes me think about comfortability and what makes me feel okay in that space. So for a long time, I wanted long, straight hair because it made me feel like I wasn't the black sheep. Right?
Yeah.
And so now, as we're seeing more representation, I'm feeling more liberated to do what I want with my hair. You know, I rocked a pixie cut before too. You know, at my current position, I also had my curly hair in its natural state. It was the first time I've ever done that.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes,
wow.
I was 28 years old, and it was the first time I ever did that in my life. So it's something that's, you know, very liberating to me. It's important, and I do believe that your hair is tied to your identity as much as you like it to be.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and mine has been the same for years and years. It really has. I don't change it. It's totally tied into my identity, but I also take it for granted too. It's like I always keep it the same way, and so I don't know. I'm ready for a change though. I don't know. But a change for me is like 1 inch, so I mean, I'm not a daredevil over here, all right? But anyway, okay, so up next, we know that looking at devices for hours on end isn't good for anyone, but we're also learning just how bad, it is for kids. What? The bell just rang. We were going to talk about screen time. You know what? This is an interesting topic. We're not going to have time to talk about it, but we're going to come back to this on Monday because this is really important. It's about screen time and the whole
development.
You know, is it bad? Is it okay? When is it bad and when is it okay?
We're
so
talking
we're
about
going to
for
come
children.
back to that. Yes, for children.
Yeah.
So, well, maybe even adults too. I don't know.
I can take a lesson from that
we
here
can
or there.
steer it in that direction as well. But,
absolutely.
all right. Well, we'll be right back right after the break. Keep it here.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Next ET, our Salma Hayek exclusive, her Fountain of Youth secret revealed.
Do you see a big difference?
Plus, we're with the Masked Singer crew next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-2200. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-2200. That's 859-888-2200.
This is your season to smile, to gather together and discover the moments that matter, to jump into the fun and join in the celebration. To help get you ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic anniversary savings event. Right now, new patients without insurance get a free full exam and x-rays. Plus, everyone can get 20% off their treatment plan. But hurry, because while the season won't last, the memories you make together will. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed because our teachers and students deserve it.
These dancing stars are ready to turn it up.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars.
Live Tuesday.
Welcome back to the show. We are here with the Let's Talk Kentucky team. And our guest today at the table is Kaylin Query. She is a business owner, mom, and superwoman. Hello, Kaylin.
Hi, Kaylin. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome. Thanks. I really like the superwoman.
I know. It kind of just really
I'm going to
puts you in the
start
mode.
putting that on my title when I do public speaking engagements.
You should. You really should.
Wear a cape. It's good.
Well, and everything that we're hearing is amazing about you. You're an event planner and also a wedding planner, too. How in the world did you get into those businesses?
So, interestingly enough, on accident, I went to Henry Clay here in Lexington for high school, and they had an internship program. You were supposed to submit things that you were potentially interested in one day doing a career, for a career, and interior design was my thing. So in high school, I wanted to be an interior designer. So they put me with a firm, I won't say who, and I went for 2 hours, and that was the end of my design career. You know, in hindsight, I've actually taken several of these interns now as a business owner, and it's a lot. Interns probably putting a little bit more weight on there. Really, we're shadowing. You know, you're under 18. There's restrictions. You're only there for 2 hours a couple of times a week. It's not great. I mean, it's great for them to come in and see, but we can't really give them a lot of work. So So that was the end of my career with design, and they moved me to a catering company. I made it very clear I was not going to return to that location. So I really liked it. I enjoyed it. My family has a background in hospitality and restaurants and catering and all that. So I started working for them on the side. I went back for 2 more rotations and then started doing events on the side of that. So on the side of the side of the
You
side.
saw a need there.
I wasn't charging, well, I wasn't making any money, I should say that. I didn't fully understand how you charge for your time and all of that. So I would just give them the receipts of the things and what they cost. And then I asked my dad how business owners make money. And he kind of laughed because he's a business owner. And he said, I get that. But what do you mean? And so he explained, you know, about charging for your time and all of that. So here we are. It just kind of kept growing. I went to UK and was managing a couple of restaurants and launched my first official tax ID holding business in 2013.
Awesome. So you have the Lexington Event Company, which was the very first company, huge, that you formed, and then the Wedding Planner also as well. You just became 2023 Business Entrepreneur of the Year with Lexington. So this is amazing. What do you think the biggest challenge is in business as a woman?
So I've always been one of very few women in the room, if not the only one, and I have always been one of the younger people in the room. And I think sometimes I maybe put more pressure on myself than what's actually there, but sometimes I also think there's this undervaluing or underestimating what we can do, what I can do, what the company can do. So we spend some time explaining to folks, while I do look 12, I am not. And or at least I think I look 12. Although the Business Entrepreneur Award used to be called Young Entrepreneur when I won it in 2016. Now it's just Entrepreneur. So I think that's their way of saying I am no longer young.
You've aged out?
Yeah. So, but I think just, you know, going back to your question, I think just letting folks know that we are capable, and, you know, I'm not 80 and I'm not a man, but I am very intelligent with this sphere. I don't know all the things, but when it comes to events, I am really good at what I do. Not to brag on myself, but we've been doing it for a very long time, and the only way we could have been doing that is if we were at least kind of okay at our jobs.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that's the struggle. And I also think with society, we also, as women, and I'm speaking for myself, but maybe I can speak for others, I think sometimes we put more pressure on ourselves that, or tell ourselves this internal monologue of, I'm not old enough, I haven't been doing it long enough, I don't know all the things, or should I even be in this room? And I have to remind myself, I got the invitation to the room, so yes, I should be here. I need to keep telling people that, mostly myself. That,
Absolutely.
You know, I'm good.
So I have a question. How do you juggle being a mom, operating 2 businesses, and teaching school? You do that as well?
I do. I'm currently teaching an entrepreneurship class at Transy, and I like to call it a work-life blend. Balance still feels weird, although blend I'm still figuring out. You know, it's hard. When you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of on all the time. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, there's very little off. And that looks different for someone with a 9-to-5 or someone that's working for a company that they don't own. So I have learned the hard way over the years to better blend in the time I set out for family and the time I set out for work and clients. And I'm still learning every day how that works. People remind me, which is helpful. But it's, you know, it's tough. And my son's 3, and he was a COVID baby, and it feels like just yesterday and 100 years ago that he was born. But, you know, we're going through these milestones so fast, and so I have to constantly remind myself that I need to slow down and make sure I'm there for those things, because we won't get to do it again.
Yeah,
That's very
absolutely.
true.
So how do people get a hold of you if they have an event or something that they want your help with and your assistance with?
Yeah, so we're all over social media, LexingtonEventCo.com or MyWeddingPlannerKY.com, Facebook, Instagram, all the things. We always like to meet with clients and talk about their event and what they're wanting to do, and then we send them a proposal, and sometimes we're not a good fit for everybody. We know that, and we're very upfront to say, I don't know that we can help you, or, you know, we always want to make sure we're providing way more value than what they're paying for.
Yeah.
And sometimes we aren't able to do that, so we chat through that. But all the socials, all the webs, all the things.
Wonderful. Well, Kaylin, thank you so much for stopping by and being at the table with us, especially going into the weekend.
I know.
We're like ready to party, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, coming up after the break, we can't party yet. Starbucks is being accused of misleading you about what's in your drink. What? Keep it here.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new AbEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing AbEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about AbEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
When someone's injured at a place of business or in a public space, that shouldn't happen. Slip and falls, falling objects, a drowning, crimes like assault, rape, and even murder. We've handled them all, and we have a team of lawyers that handle only these cases. But here's the thing, don't wait. Evidence and witnesses disappear. Time matters, size matters. Let America's largest injury firm go to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
End Zone is your home for high school football Friday nights. Watch ABC 36 Sports for team coverage of high school football highlights and score updates on End Zone every Friday at 11 p.m. with ABC 36 Sports. End Zone, presented by Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm Lisa High, sitting in for Sherelle Roberts. Starbucks is being accused of misleading us about their fruit refresher drinks. What? There's a lawsuit against the company claiming that the drinks don't contain any fruit. Starbucks calls the allegations inaccurate and without merit. And in August 2022, the complaint was filed in the United States District Court and of the Southern District of New York, alleging that Starbucks engaged in false and deceptive practices, blah, blah, blah.
I've seen fruit.
What do you guys, I've seen fruit. I've had it stuck in my straw.
If that is not fruit, what is it?
I don't know.
Are
It
they
looks
doing
like a
different
raspberry.
things for different Starbucks locations?
Regions, right? Because I always say no fruit for mine.
Yeah.
So it comes
I'm
with fruit,
extra
right?
fruit. So you're okay. You
I
don't
mean,
like the fruit. You just want the juicy juice
yeah,
in it?
I just want the drink.
Okay, well, there
Keep
we
the fruit.
have it. I don't know. I don't know if these allegations are going to hold or not. We don't know. But hey, we do know that we're going to have an awesome weekend. We hope you do too. Sherelle will be back on Monday. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And thank you, Asana, for being at the table with us.
Thank you.